Hi, and welcome to another episode of the Bracketeers. I am Malcolm, and going to go through what's happening with the actors' bracket for this round. Um, but yeah, without further ado, let's do it. So fun. Right, so our first matchup we had was Kate Blanchett versus Lupita Nyong'o, and Kate Blanchett is doing a Tom Hanks and just steamrolling for the competition. And Kate Blanchett wins and moves on. We've got Julie Roberts versus Sandra B. And just barely, by 3 votes, Sandra Bullock pulls out the win and takes out Julia Roberts. So we've got Kate Blanchett versus Sandra Bullock. I'm going to go with, I think Kate Blanchett's going to keep the momentum, but I think it's going to be a relatively close battle. We've got Emily Blunt versus Emma Stone. Emma Stone just edges out Emily Blunt and um, pulls out the win. That's actually rather shocking to me, but it is what it is. And Judy Garland versus Elizabeth Taylor. Judy Garland won. Elizabeth Taylor got some votes, but there's no sort of denying the power that Judy Garland has. So Judy Garland moves on. Which means we've got Emma Stone versus Judy Garland. This is going to be a really interesting battle, but I'm going to lean slightly to Judy Garland on this. And not just because she's the highest seed, but because I think like her roles have been sort of cemented in stone and just really iconic. Emma Stone is a good actress and definitely up and coming, but I think hasn't really had any of those roles which are going to be like um people remember in his like 50 years from now. People can look at Emma Stone's like, what was she in? Um, they may remember like good scenes, but I think like overall, I think she doesn't haven't had a lot of those memorable roles. We've got Glenn Close versus Scarlett Johansson, and Scarlett Johansson edges out Glenn Close by a vote. But this is another one which really shocked me. I thought Glenn Close had it, but I think there's a lot of people that are big fans of the MCU, and which doesn't really surprise me that ScarJo didn't win. So, ScarJo won, that's what I meant to say. But going up against ScarJo, we have Amy Adams. This was a relatively close battle, but I mean, I think this is one of those cases. I think Amy Adams has a lot of the actresses' roles that everyone's going to remember. Kate Winslet like does have Titanic and things like that, but I think overall, um, overall, I think Amy Adams is the better one out of these two, but so I'm not surprised that she's moving on. Which means we've got ScarJo versus Amy Adams, and this is kind of a tough one to call because but I'm going to give it to Amy Adams for this. I think the fact she's got a lot of Oscar caliber roles and a lot more memorable roles is what's going to give her the win. But ScarJo may knocked may knock down Amy Adams as well. So who knows? Tilda Swinton versus Charlize Theron. Charlize Theron takes out Tilda. Um, this one was tough. But and I'm not surprised Charlize took the win on this because I think Tilda Swinton is great. She's been in a few good roles, but I don't think it's enough for people to sort of prefer her over Charlize. So Charlize will move on. Sally Field versus Nicole Kidman. And Nicole Kidman edges out Sally Field. And Nicole Kidman will move on. This was one that I didn't see coming, but yeah, Nicole Kidman moves on. I've got no words. I'm actually surprised about that. Which means we've got Charlize versus Nicole. And I think that Nicole will probably edge out Charlize here. But yeah, as shown by a lot of these ones, anything is possible. And now we've got Meryl Streep versus Grace Kelly. And Meryl Streep steamroll through Grace Kelly very easily. And I think this comes down to not a lot of people know Grace Kelly. Frances McDormand versus Viola Davis. And Frances McDormand pulls out the win. Which means we've got Frances McDormand versus Meryl Streep. I think Meryl Streep can take down Frances, but I think Frances could pull the upset. Yeah. Audrey Hepburn versus Julianne Moore. And Audrey Hepburn beats Julianne Moore very relatively easily. So Audrey Hepburn moves on. Julie Andrews versus Helen Mirren. And Julie Andrews takes out Queen Elizabeth II. I'm not overly surprised. I think when it comes to Mary Poppins, Sound of Music, and stuff like that, I think Julie Andrews' power is deniable. So I've got Audrey Hepburn versus Julie Andrews. This is going to be interesting. But in my heart, I'm going to say Julie Andrews. Nothing against Audrey, but yeah. Natalie Portman versus Maggie Smith. Maggie Smith takes the fall. Natalie Portman moves on. This doesn't surprise me the slightest. I know there's a lot of people that really do love Natalie, and not just for Star Wars, but yeah. Sigourney Weaver versus Judi Dench. And Judi Dench just edges out Sigourney. And another, I think it's surprised because I think I know a lot of people that really did campaign that they would write if Sigourney Weaver wasn't going to be here on this. So, but yeah, but Judi Dench moves on, and we've got Natalie Portman taking on Maggie Smith's co-lead in Ladies and Lavender, Judi Dench. I think Natalie will move on again. I think as much as great as Judi Dench is, I think this is where her run finishes. But yeah, we've got Emma Thompson versus Carrie Fisher, and Emma Thompson takes out Carrie Fisher. I'm not overly surprised about this. Yeah, as I said it last week, like Carrie Fisher is, well, yes, she is known for Leia, but she's not really known for a lot of her other acting roles. I think everyone just thinks her Leia, that's it. But Emma Thompson moves on. Ingrid Bergman versus Anne Hathaway, and Anne Hathaway edges out by one vote. Um, but yeah, which means we've got Emma Thompson versus Anne Hathaway, and I think Emma Thompson's probably going to pull out the win here. Nothing against Anne Hathaway, but I think Emma Thompson has the more sort of clout and big roles. So, which means we've got Kate Blanchett versus Sandra Bullock. I think Kate's going to win. Emma Stone versus Judy Garland. I think Judy Garland will win. ScarJo versus Amy Adams. I think Amy Adams will win. Yeah. Charlize Theron versus Nicole Kidman. I think Nicole's going to win, but Charlie's will be up. Meryl Streep versus Frances McDormand. I'm going to go Streep. Audrey Hepburn versus Julie Andrews. Karen Julie. Emma Thompson versus Anne Hathaway. Emma. Natalie Portman versus Judi Dench. I'm going Natalie. I love Dench, but yeah. But yeah, that has been Bracketeering for today. Join us in about 3.5 hours for Rankum. Today is movies based on Shakespeare plays, which is going to be really interesting to see what happens here. But all in all, until next week, and take care.